Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Hey listener, this is Venice, and you're listening to Voice from the Underground, hosted by
Big Head, you know what I'm saying, and Josh.
If this is your first time listening, here's a little insight.
They be fighting the power, talking about social issues, politics, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, but they be keeping it fun with the sports, music, comics, and movies too.
If you like what you hear, leave us a rating and share our show with your friends.
You know what I'm saying? We on Twitter at VFU Podcast. So you can find them. So check one, too. This is Flavor Flav for the Underground Podcast. Yeah, boy.
Welcome to the Underground.
Welcome everybody. Oh, go ahead, Dutch. You gonna try it? You gonna try it? You on skid? You on thin ice, brother? You gonna do it? Hit him, break him off.
Oh, fuck you, Mikey. Welcome everybody to Voice from the Underground, the podcast, where politics and pop culture collide. It is I, Jason Dutch, back with the darkest of every single dark night on Earth. Big Hamas. What's happening, Big Hezbollah?
Man, it has been a day and a half, man. It's been a day and a half, and let me just tell you, this cigar is much needed right now. I'm telling you for real. How's everybody's doing? And I hope y'all have had as a productive and busy day as I've had today. And
I did shit.
This isn't even it for the night for me. I still got some shit to do after this. So let's get this going.
Well, it's been a interesting day here as well, which we'll get to.
Those nostrils.
Second. Yeah, we'll get to the shittiness of the day in a second here. But first, let's introduce the man of the hour, the producer extraordinaire, Mickey Antifa. Yay! Back for the final time.
I kind of miss the Jussie Smollett.
Juicy Smollett.
Juicy Smollett is back.
I miss those jokes. Like this Antifa shit. I don't know if I'm liking this shit no more. I don't know. Antifa always rubbed me the wrong way because they're very selective in their involvement.
As opposed to the Johnny Gill way?
I can't deal with Haas right now. Someone come get him. Somebody get your man. Haas is over here trying to crack me up and shit. I am.
So Haas's green screen is working and he didn't pull it up. My green screen is pulled up, and his ain't fucking working. So crazy shit going on here. So
you get on the bottom today, colonizer.
You get to look at the liquor and say, "Damn, that's a lot of liquor."
Damn, that's a lot. Pour out a little liquor. So
look at the
let's get the housekeeping shit out of the way first.
Yes.
Hi guys.
200 episodes of Voice from the Underground. I tried my ass off to get TJ Johnson on the show today.
Not a whole lot of ass at that.
Yeah, I tried. Well, I've got a little rear end there. So
you got a long back. You got a long back.
Rear end. You don't know what I got. You don't know what I got. You only see this ass. You don't get to see the rest of the ass on the podcast. Okay? Yeah, so I tried like hell to get TJ on the show today. Unfortunately, we were able to do it. This is 200 shows.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I talked to him. Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He said he had to work tomorrow at 5 a.m., so he couldn't do it. And of course, he's on East Coast time.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Love you, TJ.
So it didn't work out. But, so we're at 200 shows, and I'll just say this before we reflect for a moment. The VFU is going out like it started with technical fucking issues. So let me tell you what I did today. Okay.
What you done did.
If you notice my sound is not as pristine as normal. I am podcasting. I'm podcasting from my Samsung. Why are you podcasting from your Samsung, Dutch? You have $600 in podcast equipment. Well,
yeah. Why, Dutch?
Because without internet, it don't do no fucking good. So I moved into so I'm going to tell you guys the story of why I have no internet, and because it's more interesting. So I got a new job, right? So I started the new job 2 weeks ago in logistics, and
as evidenced by all of the smoothness of this shit right now,
as evidence. So yesterday was my first day though moving. So my wife and I decided I was going to relocate to Southern California because that's where my job is at. That she lives in Central California. It's about 2 hours away. And so I moved down here to Carson, which is very near to where the football stadium is for the Rams and the Chargers. And I moved and I rented a room on Craigslist. So I talked to the guy, and I asked him, I said, look, I need to make sure you have really good internet there. I've got the best internet of anyone. I pay the premium price. Okay, great. So I come down here yesterday.
Mind tricks that don't work on me. Only money.
Only the money. Yeah, that's way more spot on than I almost think it should be. But I get everything in here. I get the room set up. I get the green screen thrown up. I get my whole shebang going. Bed right. This is all I have. It's just this one little room right behind here.
Looks like a porn shoot.
Behind here, yeah. This is where I shoot the porn. Behind here,
shooting hentai.
Where's the casting couch, Dutch?
This is the casting couch.
Oh shit!
So I had to bring with a chair.
Dutch, please, just one time, say, I'm really nervous. I've never done anything like this.
Hey, no, I play the other end better. It's okay. Take your time. Only do what you're comfortable with. Okay.
Now, Dutch, I want to ask, can you just say Bang Bros, world famous?
No, it's not Bang Bros. That's
Brazzers.
Brazzers is what I was going with that. So good call.
And if anybody caught that reference, you're a dirty dog just like us.
And we love you.
They all spend time on RedTube. So I moved down here, and this house, I knew that there was other people living in this house. I knew this wasn't the only room rented out. What I did not know is that this house, which is probably about 4,000 square feet. So it's a decent sized house. It's a ranch house though. Has 8 bedrooms in it. Every single room is rented out to somebody else. So while the internet may be just fine, you got 8 motherfuckers sharing this fucking internet. So the download speeds that I was getting, I tested download speeds out. They were like 100, 190, 210, way more than, perfectly fine. But the upload speeds, which is what's most important to this, I was getting like 2.8. Okay. So I tried from my phone. I tried hotspotting. I'm going to have to literally go tomorrow and buy my own fucking internet and hook it up in here so I can have that shit by myself, because this is fucking ridiculous. So
hey, when you guys
have a microphone,
at least 4 or 5 people are streaming X Hamster and RedTube and stuff right now.
They're streaming right. They're streaming. I can hear the streaming 2 inches away from me. He's streaming The Wolf of Wall Street.
Whoa! Pause.
Okay, I know exactly, which is a movie I've been wanting to see. Ironically,
you haven't seen The Wolf of Wall Street yet?
I've probably seen the whole movie. Seen that? I've probably seen the whole movie if you count picking it up here and there.
Oh, so you gotta stop doing all that extra stuff while the movie's playing, dude.
No, I'll stop doing this stuff when that Margot Robbie scene comes on.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
That was a good scene.
That was a good scene. In fact, I just paused the movie at that scene. And
come on, man, tell us about your internet woe so we can go into the game plan that we set up, because we didn't know if you was going to be able to be here. So,
well, this house.
I'm very happy to be here.
It's this house is like the boring version of the real world, because it's like
just 8 strangers.
Everybody lives here. 8 strangers, 10 strangers lived in this house.
In a Winnebago. Oh no, that was Road Wheels. My bad.
And they all seem somewhat boring. So there's no. But
is there anybody in your house named Lysol?
No, but I think there's a Cavassier. Yeah. So there is COVID concerns with this for sure. But I do have the Purell in ample amounts stocked up and ready to go.
Right next to the
and plus everything that I have in this house, like all my food and everything like that, except for the things I put in the refrigerator, they're all in here. So I have paper cups. I have paper. Like I'm only going to be in this apartment for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Thursday I'm going home. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll be at my house, the house I own in Bakersfield. So, but I'm gonna have to figure out some internet shit because we have other announcements that we have announced other places, but we'll get into that with everybody. So it's episode 200. We're just gonna talk tonight. I had a whole bunch of shit pulled up and ready to go, but I'm not gonna be able to pull any of it up. I don't know. Mikey might have some of it.
Oh, so you're the only person that has a damn computer. Look at the caucasity of this man.
I'm not going to assume you did shit. Maybe you did, but maybe. Well, you know what happens when you assume.
Well, you know what? Maybe I just closed the window. How about that? Maybe
you did. All right.
Maybe
Big House. Yes. 200 episodes.
Yes.
Reflection time. Go.
Oh man, we started out as a humble shit talking show. And we are still a humble shit talking show. We just talk about more shit. But honestly speaking, we've come a long way. And we went from just kind of really, I guess, speaking our opinions, even though most of our opinions were educated opinions, to really having to try to, as the show grew a little bit and as we grew as people who wanted to use this medium to talk about what we thought about the world. Bless you.
Sorry, couldn't get to
our thoughts about on the world around us. We became more responsible with being educated, even more educated in our opinions. I've learned a lot. I've watched Dutch grow. I've watched TJ grow, and now I am, learning from Mikey because his technical acumen is unparalleled. But
have you grown at all, or have you shrunk?
Periodically I grow, but no, I'm.
Stop it, you dirty dog! See, don't let him get away with that shit, Dutch. You know what that was? That was a dog whistle to the dick. To the dick fans out there who are just listening to Hobbs because they like
as my man said, as Eddie Murphy said in some movie, that's what you call a little double entendre.
Go ahead.
No, but definitely, I've definitely grown. I've learned a lot. My positions have shifted on a few things.
Like what?
Dutch has infiltrated my brain with a few more conservative ideals, but.
I'll tell you a change. I'll tell you a change you made and I made, and then we both made on the same show. Is we both, for a girl who was on the show one time, Tucky made a good impact, I think, on both of us.
Oh yeah, with
LGBT issues,
with the cute thing.
Yeah,
and also with that, yeah.
But y'all did listen to one person's opinion on the matter as opposed to the aggregate. Just gonna throw that out there. Because there's plenty of people that love the Q being there, and then she said, "Don't say the Q," and you guys are like, "Oh, no more Q," like that.
Well, I don't want to necessarily offend one person unless they support the Capitol riot. And,
it was Antifa. Antifa did the Capitol.
It was Antifa yelling, "We're waiting on the president's instructions." Anyway,
he told me to hang the vice president.
We've learned a lot. We've grown a lot. We've. The big thing I've noticed is that
tell us about the big thing, Haas. Tell us about the big thing.
See.
No, you
anyway.
Put me in front of the bus.
The biggest thing that we've learned about, I think, the way that we've grown is just really. You'll notice there's a lot more. We got this from this place. This is our resource, not just us kind of saying stuff. And we might be saying things that are salient and that we know about and we got from a respected source, but we're like giving you that source material. We'll share our screen. Here's where we got this from, et cetera, so that people can go and do their own research as well and not just listen to us dumb talking heads.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
I was trying to look back and figure out when episode 100 was.
Oh.
And
episode 100 was probably late 2019.
So
mid 2019,
on February 24th of 2020, you guys had an episode called Soy El Blacko.
Yeah. Yes, I remember that episode. That was the first virgin appearance of one Antifa member.
That was my first episode, but I think you guys had just hit 200 like a week or so before that.
100, yeah.
Or yeah, 100. You guys had just hit 100.
Soy El Blacko.
Soy El Blacko.
Have you ever been on with TJ?
Yeah, for Soy El Blacko.
Oh, okay. He was on that show. It's so hard to remember.
Me and him, we're gonna start streaming some video games, and then we never.
Well, that he'll probably find time to do.
Stop it! Stop it!
Whoa! Shots fired.
Yeah. Well,
y'all ain't gonna be. I'm the TJ advocate on this show. That's where I'm really here to fucking defend TJ's honor at every turn.
When have I researched TJ's honor?
Nah, but you didn't say nothing to Dutch when he just said that, and I just gotta put both of y'all in y'all place. Nah, TJ ain't having it. You want TJ? You want TJ to show up? You want him to show up like this?
Hey, let's Silky Throat show up. Let's Silky Throat show up. Pause.
I'll call him right now. No, I won't.
He ain't gonna answer.
He's sleeping like a motherfucker. He'll beat my ass if I call him at fucking.
This is what you'll hear. Blessings. You have reached TJ Johnson.
No, what I'm gonna hear is you know I gotta work in 4.5 hours. What do you want?
That's gonna be a hell of a bullet coming from the East Coast, though.
The best things about the best memories of TJ, the best things about TJ are the worst thing. So I remember multiple occasions where we would talk 30 minutes before we would go on to record, because in those days we didn't use video.
Yeah, Tim.
Yeah, we would just use Cast, which was audio only. Mm-hmm. And TJ would say 30 minutes before, "Yep, I'm on, I'm ready." And then we'd be waiting. And he'd say, "Man, I woke up in a pool of my own drool. I passed out on the couch."
I'd be over here doing Shabba Ranks, just waiting on him. Mr. Lover, man.
But God knows if Gerald Glassford or Tony from Jock and Nerd called him for a podcast.
Oh yeah,
he on.
Well, I mean,
he started cheating quick.
Oh, you want to talk video games? Yeah, let me go on your show. We're supposed to go on right now, but I'm gonna go on your show instead.
To be fair, they have their show at the dinner time hour, not the midnight hour for TJ. So I could understand him doing things the way he did it. Again, I'm the TJ advocate here.
I understand, but that doesn't. I also don't waive my right to bus balls. So, but we love TJ. So TJ, if TJ were to call us tomorrow and say, "I want to come back,"
let's go.
Yeah,
I'm excited. That's the only person that I actually wanted to talk to on the show was TJ, and I got stuck with y'all asses.
Pause.
Yeah. Well, lucky you.
Yeah.
But so what I'm going to do is, because I am on my phone.
Yes.
I'm going to just speak for 1 second, and then I'm going to turn the things over to the guy with the actual professional microphone, and I'll just chime in as needed. But I did have
power shift is delicious.
Yes, power shift. I did have some TJ clips on the tablet, but of course can't use that.
Can't you send them over? Send them over to me.
The internet. The internet's so. I'll let me see if I can do that. But you asked me to multitask now, and I'll probably just play that shit.
Let me help you out, Dutch. I'm helping you out. Producer stepping in, helping out. You send me that stuff. Me and Haas didn't know if you were going to come back because your internet has been so spotty. We had a couple things we wanted to talk about that you could totally jump in on. Can we do those things while you're sending them over so that we can do TJ justice and play them? No, we can't do that. All right.
Oh, all right, please, Dutch. Let's
put him on the bottom with a colonizer.
Okay, so what? Before I get to that though, let me just say this about 200. This has been an interesting ride, and Big Haas's opinion is somebody's opinion that I put a lot of weight on. I know his opinions are biased. I know that my opinions are biased. Everybody has an opinion that's biased, right? But if bias is fine if you're backing things up with facts and logic in your argument, which is something that we just don't see. So we are, but I think it probably makes sense to just say this at this point. I really appreciate the ride that we've been on. I really appreciate the connections that we've made on this show over the past 3 years now, and three plus years, almost 3.5 years on this show now. And I think next month will be 3.5 years. So, and I appreciate all of our listeners, everybody who supported the show from day one till now.
Me,
Twitter followers, you, everybody, all of our pod buddies that we've made. But as far as the way that this show has changed from getting into pop culture a lot and spending time, 5 minutes talking about Marvel and 5 minutes talking about politics, that's fine, and we like doing that. But there needed to be a change. So with that being said, this is going to be the last episode of this podcast under the name of Voice from the Underground. So if you're listening to this show, you will not have to do anything different. The name is going to change, the artwork's going to change, the format's going to change. But if you're subscribed to the show on YouTube or iTunes or Spotify or wherever you're subscribed at, it's going to stay the same feed. But I will let these guys take it over from there and talk about what changes we're going to make.
Okay. Glad we talked about this before the show went live. Haas, tell him the name, and then I'm gonna throw it off the backboard, Haas, and I want you to hop in, and then I'm gonna hop in right after that for the celebratory dance.
So you want me to throw that off the backboard?
Yeah, you throw it off the backboard.
For me to throw the
I'm a chest pass to you.
Okay,
chest pass to you, and then I'm gonna run the floor. So, what is the name, Haas, of the new podcast?
All right,
you might not even know.
He knows.
Oh, I know. So after much consideration, argument, and debate, we wanted to.
Oh, got a little itch. I hear that.
Got a little itch in the ear. You got to get that.
Honey, when is our anniversary? Tell me the date of our anniversary.
So we decided to change the name. We still want to, dig into your earballs and everything. So
digging them earballs.
Yeah. So we wanted to dig into those earballs, and we still, because we love America so much, we definitely want to dig into a lot of maybe the underbelly of America that a lot of people they're afraid to look at. You know how people have a good side. They like, only photograph me from the left. Not the right, because the right's my bad side. You know what I mean?
I got mad scars on that side.
Right. I got hit with a switch by my mama in 78. So the new name will be Dig on America.
Dig on America.
That's right.
And the acronym for that would be DOA. So the DOA, the podcast, is coming straight for your goddamn ear nuggets. And we're going to get them. I think it's going to be fun. I think the merch will be better. Yeah, brother. I think
America, yeah.
I think it's a well-needed change. It's less of a mouthful than Voice from the Underground. Voice from the Underground, the podcast. Which is a lot to type in because those are all like 13 syllable words. And there's 30 of them. So it'll be a quicker search. DOA podcast, DOA merch, DOA, all that shit is going to be quickly thrust into your face. And you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Of course.
You're gonna love it thrust into your face.
You're gonna love my nuts. I can do every voice in your fucking soundboard. Just let me know which one I got to do. Type it in the private chat. Never mind, don't do that because your phones are jumping.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. So as of tomorrow, the new Twitter will be changed. And in fact, actually, I'm going to change the Twitter as we're sitting here because I have that Twitter logged in on my other device. And I'll let you guys know what that new Twitter will be when I get that done in about 5 minutes. But I will be changing some of the names on some of the stuff like YouTube channel, everything like that. So if you see that you're subscribed to Dig on America, it'll probably be stylized as like DOA, Dig on America. We're still working out the kinks with that. Just don't ignore it as spam, because we will spam you, but not that type of spam, right? So, all right, so let's just get into the topics you guys want to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about?
So you dig up you dig up those clips.
I already tried. That ain't happening because it's on the laptop and the laptop's not. So don't.
You can try.
I just try. You see this right here?
Oh yeah, that's laptop. Yo,
yeah.
He got that rubber. He got that bitch covered in rubber.
Right.
So we want to
BDSM laptop.
So we wanted BDSM laptop. So we wanted to.
This laptop has a secret word, a safe word.
It does.
In-app purchases.
Cinnamon.
Pineapple.
Antifa.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about what we wanted to talk about. Let's talk.
We're gonna steal a page from the Jock and Nerd book, and we're gonna kick it off with a little bit of sports.
Yeah,
sports ball. And you got some? What happened with the games today?
I want to start with the late game first.
Late game first. Who was late game
first? It was
for people who missed it.
Tampa Bay Bucks versus the New Orleans Saints.
Who that?
And who that about to retire because he threw 3 picks today?
Who that say they gonna beat them Saints? That's how.
The Buccaneers today.
Oh shit.
And I really want to talk about this because I don't know whether Drew Brees is going to take today's performance as motivation to come back and end on a different note, or as illumination of his need to go ahead and hang it up.
The answer is B.
He didn't play well today. Now, I love Drew Brees. I like Drew Brees a lot more than I like Tom Brady, even though he had that his opinions about the flag and all that good stuff. On the field, I'm more of a Drew Brees fan than I am a Tom Brady fan. Maybe because he's short, like I'm short, and he made the best of his abilities and all that good shit. He's like 5'11", 5'10", 5'11".
Yo,
they say he's 6'1", but he ain't 6'1".
He ain't no damn 6'1". I'm 6'1" too high.
Big House's favorite quarterback, Doug Flutie.
No, fuck that.
No,
he had that mullet. I never liked the mullet.
He's a good guy though, right?
Flutie.
Wasn't Flutie like a really good guy off the field?
I don't know.
He had like all kinds of organizations. Like I was a big Flutie fan because I was a big Buffalo fan growing up just because of Tecmo Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tecmo Super Bowl made me love Buffalo. I don't know why, but I was like, Thurman Thompson, he's the greatest.
He's the greatest, but you don't know his name? Thurman Thomas.
Thurman Thomas was unstoppable in Tecmo Super Bowl.
I misspoke.
He wasn't as unstoppable as Bo Jackson or Christian Okoye.
He won
in the regular Tecmo Bowl in the first. See, I'm older than you, so I had to.
Using Bo Jackson as a cheat code. No Raiders.
I don't agree. I don't agree with the Christian Okoye part because they made him visibly slow. But who else was a beast in that game?
He would fumble a lot too on Tecmo Bowl.
Dwight Stone, the kick returner from the Pittsburgh Steelers,
Tim Dwight,
touchdown every time.
Yeah, you couldn't stop him.
No.
Yep.
You could fight him all day. He'll fuck you up and throw your ass to the...
Drew did not play well today. And you could tell on the sideline he was debating, is this going to be my last game? Is this what I want to leave the field for the last time looking like? So I don't know. Is he going to come back and then after one good game he's going to hang him up, or is he going to just go ahead and say, you know what? That's my time. It's been a good run. I mean, he was pretty much directly responsible for 21 points that the Buccaneers scored during their win today. So it's going to be interesting to see, what's going on with that. It's also going to be interesting to see because in the early game, we got to see the Chiefs actually hold on and win a game without their god in cleats, Patrick Mahomes, because he got hurt. And he's in concussion protocol right now. And they pretty much had to play the entire second half without him. And the backup was Chad Henne, who, if you're as old as I am, you know when he was in college, and you know, so like his 13th year, floating around the league holding a clipboard. But you know something? He earned his checks today. He played well enough not to lose. And that's all you need from your backup, is to play well enough not to lose. And that's what he did. He handed the ball off really well and surprisingly made some really good on-time throws.
And a run.
When he needed to. And that run was critical.
Yeah.
That run was critical.
So they surprised the shit out of me throwing the ball on 4th and 1 from their own 48-yard line. I thought for sure that was going to be that's
some big brown one.
Yeah, trying to get them drawn off sides. And then even the announcer was like, I can't believe they did that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know something? The dude that called that play, that motherfucker will not get a job this year as a head coach. Once again.
So I want to jump back onto the Saints and the Bucks. So I pulled up the stats from that game. Tom Brady, 18 for 33, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Drew Brees, 19 for 34. So he one more completion, one more incompletion. 134 yards, 1 TD, 3 interceptions.
Yes. Yes. Is that how you want to leave it? If you're a surefire Hall of Famer?
Well, if you're a surefire fucking millionaire, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if it's about the money, that's one thing. But I don't think it's about the money with Drew.
But when them ouchies start ouching,
yeah, I know.
It's about that money. Like, yo, my contract has technically been fulfilled. I mean, I'm sorry y'all didn't win that.
I'm sitting here with a nice long scar.
Was that a Dave Chappelle parody?
No, that's my surgery scar.
You see, I was talking to Feminier.
Oh,
he said my contract has been fulfilled. That sounds just like the Dave Chappelle line. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with Drew Brees, though. Drew Brees was not good this year. So, what is he going to come back next year and all of a sudden be 28 years old again? No.
Yo, everybody's not fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
What's their age difference? Are they the same age?
No, I think that Brees is a couple years younger than Tom Brady.
I think Drew Brees is 41 and Brady is 43.
Yeah.
Tom Brady is 43?
Yeah.
Best 43 line in the whole league, I guarantee it.
What do you think, real quick, of Ben Roethlisberger? Do you think Roethlisberger? He's 38. He'll be 39 in March.
I'm sorry, Drew Brees is 42. He just turned 42 on January 15th.
Okay, so he's got a year on Brady.
Yeah, on Brees, yeah. So
no, Brady has a year on Brees, not 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
What's your question?
But what about Roethlisberger though? What do you think on Roethlisberger? Is Roethlisberger coming back next year?
Probably.
I think he's got 2 years left.
Here's the thing: is that they got to get a proper running game around him. He's one of those guys. He doesn't play well without. He can't go out there and throw it, and they're gonna win. And their defense is not what it used to be. So there's more pressure on him. You know. So I think he comes back because he strikes me as more of a money guy than Drew Brees, where he's like, I want the money. And I think also knowing a bit of his background, I think he's more afraid of what his identity would be outside of football. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of who he believes himself to be is wrapped up in being a quarterback, period. And so if he's not a quarterback,
I think that goes for a lot of guys, though.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that he's at all alone in that. There are a lot of people who play professional sports in any professional sport, and it's like if you take that away, what are they? You know, And I could be wrong. I don't know his personal life, but he just strikes me as that. And then knowing some of his background and some of the let's just say liberties he took.
Take off the suit. Take off the suit. What are you?
Who he was,
billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
Speaking of billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, let's talk about my boy Kyrie Irving.
I hope you guys enjoy. I knew you guys were going to talk about this Harden trade. Did you guys? So
we're talking about Kyrie right now.
Yeah,
but
what the fuck? Segue. Damn, Dutch.
We're talking about Kyrie. It's a whole different thing. It has nothing to do with the trade.
Damn.
Will you turn down your whiteness for a little bit?
Turn down for white.
Damn. Jesus Christ.
God forbid that I'm so intelligent that I know what you're about to talk about.
No, we're not talking about that. See, you don't know, okay? You don't know what we're about to be talking about.
You thought you did.
You thought. You tried it, though. Don't make me gather you up.
And now you know why pop culture is going away from the show. Now you know why.
Nah, it'll be back
here. So
his internet sucks. We'll sneak it in.
Before we were so rudely interrupted by the caucasity of Dutch, let's talk about Kyrie.
Kyrie Irving. So if you're a basketball purist, you can't help but love the man's game. He still enjoys breaking motherfuckers down or splitting the pick. Like he will drive to the hoop. Mm-hmm. They double him and he's like it is literally artistry to him. He's so creative with his moves. You're like, this guy right here loves the game, loves the artistry of the game. Happened to get picked up by a team, happened to do all this stuff. But at the end of it all, Kyrie Irving is a baller.
When he wants the ball.
Big Haas, when he wants to ball is the new fucking question because this motherfucker won't. Go ahead. He don't show up.
For personal reasons.
These nuts. Pause. How you not show up and you just signed 86,000 pieces of paper saying I'm gonna play basketball for this team, and then you just leave.
He's Scottie Pippen 2.0.
No. Defend that.
I just want to know. I want to know this.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to know. We need to look and find out who Kyrie Irving is dating. Because if it's Erykah Badu, I understand now.
Shit, did Badu get to him?
Did the Baduism get to him? Is he dating Erykah Badu? Because if he is, that may explain.
Are there any single Kardashian sisters right now he could be with?
Right. Or is he dating Lauren Hill?
You know,
if he's dating Lauren Hill, a Kardashian, or Erykah Badu,
he is making very Badu moves right now.
Yes, he is.
And very Lauren Hill moves. Right
yes, he is.
And very Kardashian moves. Right. You know what?
Is Halle Berry single?
No, but she don't make people. She make people. You know something? I'm not gonna say that.
No, I don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
forget it. Forget.
Anyway.
Nope.
Anyway. It's I can't understand why he wouldn't want to play, especially after you clearly have enough energy to be caught on Instagram Live partying it up for a birthday party.
Yeah.
Let me look up how much his fines were for that little fiasco.
Is it if he's going to say my personal reasons are social justice issues or something like that, dude, you can show up to practice in the games and then still do your extra social justice work.
Maybe he became a Scientologist.
He was a flat earther.
Hey, Tom Cruise still show up on set. John Travolta still show up on
time too.
Tom Cruise is single.
Is he dating Tom Cruise?
Could
be. Hey,
is Tom Cruise jumping off any couches going, Kyrie,
So
I know this.
let me read this. This is from NBA.com. The NBA fined the point guard Kyrie Irving $50,000 on Friday for violating its health and safety protocols, and said he could return to team activities Saturday. This is from
He also got fined some game checks too.
I got that too. That's the next paragraph. The league added that he would forfeit his salary for each game he misses during a 5-day quarantine period that would end Saturday if he continues to test negative for the coronavirus. He's already missed 2, which means he lost nearly $900,000.
This mug is getting paid $450,000 a game.
And he went to a party instead?
That's what we call, I mean, that's entitlement. Man. Because here's the thing. If your personal reasons are, you are so inspired by this or that social justice issue, you would publicize that. You would say, you know something, I am so sick of this. I am taking these 2 days off or these 3 days off to go to this symposium and learn about how to make systemic changes, None of that. His coach didn't know he was leaving. The owner didn't know. Nobody knew. He texted certain teammates to say he was not going to be around. Fuck is that?
Did he become? Maybe he's MAGA.
I don't know. I want to find out. Is he?
He had to prepare for the socialist takeover of America.
He's at the point now where he's about to void his contract.
Yeah.
And they just put this together too, which is, it doesn't make, like, they just gave him all the help in the world.
Yo, you just got Kevin Durant and James Harden, segue, on your team. Why are you now not showing up to games when you care about winning and playing basketball and you're so great at it? Like, if you cared about social issues, why didn't you say shit in Cleveland? Why didn't you say shit in Boston?
Well, you know something? Here's the thing. People come to their awakening at different times. So I'm not going to trip on that. You know what I mean? Some people, some people come into their enlightenment at different times. You know what I mean? And that could be true for him. So sometimes it's not necessarily when you get there, it's that you get there. You know what I'm saying?
But why are we even talking about that? We don't even know that that's what it is. We don't.
We're speculating. We're pontificating.
No, I don't care what his reasons are. If you care about any of the shit that you're talking about, then what you do, Kyrie, and I'm looking dead into your beady little eyes, Kyrie, the Thought King. I'm looking right at you. Wow. The Thought King. He's the king of the thought.
Evidence to back up that he's a
check his Instagram and check all of his girls' Instagrams.
Who talking about Marlene?
It's a bunch of them.
Marlene, Charlene, and Darlene.
Oh shit. Darlene from the Ice-T cover?
It's a bunch of them.
I could understand that.
It's a bunch of them. He liked to get down and party and have all of his fun stuff, which I'm not knocking him for. But if you care about the movement as much as you say, then goddamn, you should be funding everybody. Because you make fucking, what is this, $450 a game?
Something like that.
$450 a game? And you over here.
Well, we don't know what he's, hey, you making $450 a game. He's probably, he got enough to party and fund.
You being responsible with your message. I'm attacking him because I'm pissed off. I'm mad. You don't get to make $450 a game. And then all of your advertising money comes from us. Most of the reason you're getting paid that much is because of us. Don't talk about it when you are literally in a position to do something about it. And we
don't know that he's not, man. We don't know that he's not.
He got to
make it rain and make it rain justice too.
If you're giving money. If you're giving money to charity, if you're following the Trump example, you have to tell everyone everything you donate for the.
No, you don't have to do that. Michael Jordan didn't do that, and
he also didn't donate a whole bunch.
That's
sarcasm.
Not true.
That's not true.
I'm sprinkling sarcasm all over this.
Not a whole bunch.
No, a lot.
Michael Jordan,
because that's the. Oh no, not about Jordan. I'm talking about the mentality.
Kyrie has done more than Jordan. At this point, Kyrie has done a lot already, and I'm super proud of him for that. But you don't go out there and fucking embarrass us like this because you know when you show out in front of company,
that's how they are. Look at them, get his money and just does. That's what they do. That's what we hear a lot.
So Kyrie, quit showing out. The other part of you being a social activist is you have to provide an example. You have to be a stalwart, ethical human being. You violating your contracts and not showing up because you broke fucking quarantine protocol doesn't help us push the message forward. Be fucking responsible, bro. You look like an asshole right now. Yeah. And now you've attached yourself to us. So now we are attached to you being an asshole. Knock this shit off, bro. It's bigger than you. Don't nobody give a fuck about somebody's birthday party, bro. It's fucking quarantine.
I just hope that's not the personal reason he was gone.
He better not have been, but he was caught. That was the extra 5 days of quarantine or whatever was because he got caught at somebody else's fucking party. So now he has to get tested every day to make sure he doesn't have the virus and gives it to all the fucking players.
Right.
You don't want Rudy Gobert.
Rudy, poor Rudy.
Oh, damn, Rudy.
But speaking of my top pick for the 2021 season was the Brooklyn Nets. They have just acquired a new acquisition from Houston. Jason Dutch, what is his name? Say it.
Teddy Brewster.
I thought you were going to say Russ Westbrook.
Ron Perlman?
Donald Trump. Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen.
Get out of Houston.
Wes Mantooth?
One of the quintessential names in the movie history ever.
So Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
So Dutch, what you think about Harden going to making the big three up there in Brooklyn? What you think?
I think this is the reason why I don't watch the NBA.
Why?
Well, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this philosophy that you need three superstars. Although I question, and as I said, I'm not a big NBA watcher lately, but probably the last 4 years. But
that's more than lately, motherfucker.
But the
recent.
But is Kyrie? This is a question, obviously. Is Kyrie at that level?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Last I checked, he was a marginally above average, fringe all-star player.
He's
what the fuck? Come.
So that okay. No.
So you're telling me that
don't attack him. Don't attack him.
Yeah, when Kyrie was on Cleveland, he was an ancillary part. He was a piece to that team. He wasn't the star of that team. He was good.
He was the star of that team before LeBron got there.
But look, I can name you any number of players who were the star of their team, but when the team sucked balls.
So here's
James Battier was the star of a team.
When? Oh, and at Duke?
yeah.
So Dutch
in the NBA.
So Dutch, just to put
he was a star at what NBA?
Just to put Kyrie in context.
I don't remember. Why are you asking me? Why
I'm just asking because James Battier has never been nothing but a component.
After 200 shows, why do you ask me to give you specifics?
You know he don't know.
So, I don't remember.
So let me put Kyrie.
I think it was the Nets, though.
Let me put Kyrie in context for you. Kyrie is that dude that LeBron trusted to handle the floor when he took a break. Kyrie is that dude who was entrusted to the Boston fucking Celtics. And he not only performed, but when he got hurt, he had so motivated his young ones that they still got to the playoffs with him in a suit on the sidelines. Kyrie is that dude. He's
one of the top 5 players in the NBA right now.
He is absolutely fucking.
Well, his game has evolved over time because what I'm saying is, when the Orlando Magic first came out, Terry Catledge, I believe it was their.
Oh, that's an old name. Oh,
that's
an old name. I'm an old school NBA fan, right?
I used to have his card.
What was Ron Harper? Ron Harper was the star player on the Clippers
until he hurt his knee. That motherfucker was that dude until he hurt his knee, though.
But then he went to the Bulls, and he was a role player.
Oh yeah, but Kyrie Irving has never been a role player.
No,
he's always been
Cleveland.
somebody you want to.
No, he was not the role player on Cleveland.
No,
he was the co-star.
No, if anything, Kevin Love was the role player.
Correct. Kevin Love got bumped down.
But what was Kevin Love before that? He was the perennial star of Minnesota.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
And then he was
just
still
like Chris Bosh was the superstar.
Yeah, for the Heat. Yeah,
and he was a superstar in Toronto. Then he joined the Heat, LeBron joined the Heat, and he was the third guy.
Right.
Okay. Right. Those are fringe players. But Kyrie is not a fringe player. He's a franchise player. When he decides to play.
I didn't look at Chris Bosh at that time as being a fringe player. I looked at him as being one of the top 15 player in the NBA. And
you talking about top 15, we talking about top 5 in Kyrie.
If you're a 4 or 5 in that time era, you feared Chris Bosh.
Was Kyrie a top 15 player in the NBA when he was on Cleveland?
Yes.
Yes.
Like he was dope, bro. Like I don't even like Cleveland.
I'd have to
give him fucking flowers
to disprove that. But
Kyrie was
and honestly, it's not that important. But
he was literally dragging them to the victories they got.
Yeah. And every time that the spotlight got bright and LeBron decided to shrink up, Kyrie was right there.
That was the one that was.
It was Kyrie picking the team up on his back, dropping 30.
He's the one that hit that 45. Fucking shot that had him win the title.
That's what I'm saying. Kyrie is that dude. He is that dude. But this is beyond the point. Your thoughts, Mr. Jason Dutch, on James Harden going, and let's not talk about why you hate the NBA. It was what got us back into this in the first place. So James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving are all three on an East Coast team. What does that mean for basketball?
So here's the thing that I have with these superstar teams. Generally, the first year that they put these teams together, they don't win it all.
They got to gel.
Right? But in this particular case, they've played together on the Olympic teams. And of course, Durant and Harden played together in New York or Oklahoma City.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
So, and I thought that team was going to win it all that year. They just ran into a buzzsaw. But
that was Harden coming off the bench. Think about that.
Yeah, and Harden was the sixth man on that team.
Yeah, he was coming off the bench.
So he and his game has evolved massively in that particular time. Since that time, he is, in my opinion, he is probably the most rugged player in the NBA. And again, I'm not like a
which one?
Rich Harden.
Who's Rich Harden?
Rich Harden, the old Cubs pitcher, James Harden.
Rugged? No, Westbrook is one of the most rugged players.
Well, Westbrook was on that team too.
I'm just saying, when you're talking about somebody goes 1,000 miles an hour trying to tear your heart out.
Now we're getting into definitions of who fits what characteristic.
Why is James Harden rugged to you?
I think it's fair for us to ask for clarification because you named a baseball player when you named the person, so we got confused. I don't think.
Okay. In my defense, I have called James Harden Rich Harden 500 times in my life. Okay, because
shows how much you care, Dutch.
Because I am a baseball fan first. Okay,
the white man's sport is his sport.
How many stolen bases Ricky Henderson had in a given year? I probably will get it pretty close.
1983.
1983, probably about 102. Okay, now look that up. But he broke the record in 81. I think it was 105. But the point of the matter is that Harden is not one of these 4 or 5 guys. And when I say 4 or 5, I'm talking about, these 3-4 guys, I should say, the shooting guard, small forward type hybrid players, which I would probably characterize him as. You guys are more experts at this than I am. So you can tell me he's not that, whatever, and I won't even argue with you. But his build is not atypical of that sort of player. How often is he hurt? I can't remember James Harden being
he gets hurt
any more than a game or two here or there.
Every 3 or 4 years, he might be out for like a couple weeks. like a severe strain.
See, but average
injuries.
Here's the thing: when you talk about guys who get hurt, a lot of those guys are the ones who expend the most energy on defense. And James Harden has not been known as that guy.
That is not his game.
Well, I don't even know if he has a good defensive game or not. To be honest with you,
it's gotten better.
It's gotten
better. He used to be. What are those dudes that fuck with the Bulls? What's the name of those dudes?
Matador.
He used to play Matador defense. He was a freaking revolving door.
That's very accurate because he would be Toro, and that motherfucker would go right past him. He had his arms up, but he actually didn't do nothing about
it. He plays a little defense now, but anyway.
But before you started asking me for unimportant information, like why I care, why he's rugged. Maybe I think he's gotten fucked up teeth, and therefore he looks rugged. But the point is that these guys played together. So they have a level of cohesiveness, or at least with him and Durant.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously they've played with Kyrie in the Olympic arena, and then as well as All-Star games, that sort of thing. So these guys are not a mystery to each other.
No, hold on. You just made a very critical error because he just got done playing.
How often do I watch the NBA? I don't get held accountable for anything.
Dutch, I'm trying to talk with you.
Let him enlighten you.
But he just got done playing with Russell Westbrook, and those guys. But those guys
played
were
together, yeah.
Also on OKC, and it worked out horribly on Houston.
Who else was on that team?
On the Houston
team? Who is the coach? What is the scheme?
D'Antoni.
I don't know the answers to any of those questions because, like I said, I haven't watched the NBA.
Why aren't you making those same concessions when you think about them being on the Nets together?
So that's what I'm just.
I didn't. I'm saying that when you look at the history, I'm reading into this from looking at the statistics, not by watching game tape, because I don't watch the game tape, so I can't tell you what the game tape does.
Okay.
But when you look at statistically speaking, these super teams, quote unquote, do not win their first year.
Yeah.
I think the Celtics are the only ones that did.
So let me throw this at you. So you're feeling attacked, and I don't need you to feel attacked.
I don't feel attacked because you're talking about something that I don't care about. So I don't care that you don't agree because it's the NBA.
I'm just trying to illuminate some of the dark spots, brother.
Gosh.
I'm on your side. Damn. So the OKC Big Three, which was Harden, Westbrook, and Durant. So Harden and Westbrook just did 2 years together. That sounds crazy. They just played for got his ass. Spit take. 100 points for Mikey. Harden and Westbrook just played together on the Rockets, and they were like, "Oh, this is gonna be sweet. Oh, this is gonna be sweet." And it didn't go great. Like they were super excited because they remember playing together on OKC. So now we're on the other side of the equation. So now he's going from Westbrook to Durant. So now him and Durant are playing together. Do you think it's going to be the same thing with Westbrook? I have an opinion about it, and I'm going to do it now before I let you respond, actually. There are problems in the NBA. And actually, Dutch, you might actually find this agreeable because it comes with like big threes and super teams and shit like that. Some people are super talented, but toxic. They are impossible to play with. I think Russell Westbrook is that guy. I think that
Harden can be that guy.
Harden is that guy. I think Durant's very tolerable and he's very amenable to a lot of situations. Same thing with LeBron. Like LeBron showed up in Cleveland and they were just like, "Oh shit, it's Cleveland. Cleveland's getting LeBron." And then everybody on Cleveland was so happy to be there and they all worked harder and they wanted to be better because LeBron's a leader. I don't think James Harden is a leader. I think he is a showboat. I think he likes to make a lot of points. I think he likes to cross people over and do a step back. And I think that's his game. Kyrie is a little bit similar, but he's more about wins. I think Durant is a hooper. Durant likes to play ball. He likes to win games. He's a hooper.
So would you equate Harden to Iverson in a way?
Iverson was still
wanted to win.
Iverson was still very team motivated.
He had a huge drive to win, but he did not have any interest whatsoever in playing second fiddle.
Well, he didn't want to play second fiddle because he was on the fucking Philly 76ers in like 2003. So, I mean, their team
who was you going to play second fiddle to?
Theo Ratcliffe. Like, I mean, he had a garbage squad, but he took his squad through his leadership to heights they would have never reached without him. And I think that was kind of like, so they're like, oh, you didn't show up to practice. Like, bitch, do you know what I just did for your fucking organization? Right. You know how many extra tickets I just sold for you? Fuck out of my face. So like, yeah, he like Iverson has that rap, like he's like that bad boy because he just wore baggy jeans to the press conference or whatever. But I think in practice and in the locker room, there are toxic individuals in the NBA, and they make it hard
in every sport.
Yeah, every sport, and it makes it hard to keep other stars around you. That's why, as much as I fucking can't stand LeBron's success, I get why everybody wants to play for him because he's great to play with. He's fucking funny. He's buying people bottles of wine and watches, and everybody's coming in suits. Like he's a fantastic leader. And to go back on your super team thing, do you think that plays a factor? And should people, if I'm a good fucking teammate and people want to play with me and they also happen to be fucking all-stars, should we be stopped just because they don't want to play with a toxic ass fucking Russell Westbrook who's going to scream in my face, or Draymond Green who is toxic on the fucking Warriors? I think they should have got rid of him a long ass time ago. Put his ass on fucking Philly somewhere with Embiid where they can have like the bad boys of Philly or some shit like the Detroit Pistons used to have back in the day. But he doesn't fit on that team, and that's why they can't keep stars. Like you got rid of Kevin Durant because Draymond couldn't keep his mouth shut. So if I have a good leader on my team, or I see that there's a LeBron or a KD or a Steph, and I want to play with them because they're excellent teammates to be with, am I guilty of the fucking super team fallacy just because I don't want to play with fucking Russell Westbrook and all these other toxic bitches?
Well, there's a psychological argument to be made that toxic players ruin teams, and I think that I think that it's true 80% of the time, but there are notable examples of when it hasn't. I mean, LeGarrette Blount is one of the most, and this is football, but I focus on football. LeGarrette Blount is one of the most toxic personalities out there. Terrell Owens was toxic. Both of them, found some success. LeGarrette Blount, I believe, won a championship. Bill Romanowski, probably the most toxic player in the history of the NFL. But still won a couple of championships, if memory serves correctly. So, it's there is a psychology to it that a toxic athlete will ruin the locker room. I can think of a few examples in baseball too. Jose Canseco being one, and multiple others. But there's, but I don't know that Harden. Let's just say it this way, from my distance to the game, which is I watched the highlights on ESPN. I have not been aware of anything over the top that would put Harden into the same conversation with LeGarrette Blount or Bill Romanowski.
I think organizations can turn toxic due to toxic players, and he's been a spoiled baby all this time. Harden, I'm speaking on. They've given him everything he's ever wanted. They supermaxed him for his whole first contract, and then they're like, all right, you're going to work with Russ, and Russ fucking upended the apple cart. I'm like, all right, cool. Russ is out of here. We're going to give you John Wall. It's like, I don't think John Wall's up to my level.
I love John Wall, by the way. I think John Wall is he was really coming into his own a few years back. I really thought he was going to be talented.
But he's not durable. Like he hurt himself. So
he got hurt rehabbing.
Who was the guy? Who was the guy who just this not related to this, but who was the player who about 5 years ago hurt his foot? He was on Portland and he was really, was it Rudy something?
Rudy Gay?
Yeah. What did he ever come back?
Yeah, he's been back.
He is.
He's not
who he was.
Yeah, he's not performing like he was before, but he was never a superstar level. He wasn't. He was all-star every once in a while.
He was on. I think that he was on that trajectory though. He was starting to make some strides.
And LaMelo Ball, do we want to revisit them? Because
and let's not forget the most toxic player in NFL history, Colin Kaepernick. I mean, who would ever want to play with them?
See how we do. Taking your scrub ass squad to the fucking Super Bowl, and they still don't appreciate you. A bunch of fucking scrubs out there still got them to the Super Bowl. No love for the Cap. I'm still with Cap, by the way.
For sure.
That's why I ain't watching none of y'all little bullshit ass games. So that was the sports talk segment.
So I'm looking at an article here.
Mm-hmm.
It says Jimmy Butler is the most toxic player in the NBA.
He's another one. He's awful. Yeah. He is awful. He's terrible. He would be the worst coworker ever. Like he treats you like you're beneath him, as if you're his boss, and then proceeds to make grandiose declarations and public displays about how much better than you he is. As opposed to saying, how do I lift you up? He's the worst leader I've ever seen in NBA history. I couldn't be more happy to see him leave. I'm glad we got Adam Levine on the Bulls.
It piqued my interest, and I know we're going to get off this, but like I loved Jimmy Butler when he was on the Bulls, right? Of course. But so I just pulled up this article here because I was interested in to see who somebody might think is the top 5. Now, this article is 3 months old. Okay. Draymond Green, everybody knows Draymond Green is like I know Draymond Green is a toxic player.
Don't care.
Dwight Howard, number 3. Everybody knows Dwight Howard is a toxic player. Okay?
I wouldn't put him up there.
Guess who this article has ranked number 1 and number 2?
LeBron and D Wade.
And this would be a shock to me because I didn't know this. Harden and Irving. 1 and 2. Maybe they should have looked into this article before they made that trade.
All they're thinking about is the talent.
But I think I don't know that Harden, Irving.
It's one person's opinion, but
Yeah, I don't know that Harden, Irving, and Durant won't work together because they kind of have that outsider vibe. That Raven, if you're a WWF fan or WCW fan, they have that Raven-esque brooding, angsty vibe to all of them, where they all kind of feel slighted, and now they have to dethrone the king. So that could be their it's a role to play. It may not be the role that they intended for initially, but that can be their thing, and I think they're moving that way, and I think it'll work great because I think Harden and Durant played against Orlando yesterday or day before. They were probably playing at 60% speed and strength. Orlando thought that they were doing so much. Vucevic got 30-something points. They still lost by 8. So, I mean, the team is fine. I'm mad that they traded Allen. The last dude in 2020 rocking a full-on afro from the 70s. I was like, oh, my man.
Right.
My man.
Hey, have you checked out David Fizdale?
Where's he at now?
He's an announcer. He's an analyst. I'm sorry. He's an analyst for NBA TV, I think.
Yeah.
Dude the fro is on point.
He got it juiced up.
He's got the afro sheen or some type of spray. It glistens a little bit, not too much.
Ooh.
And it's picked up nice. And it's it's up in the top. It's not over the front. It's up and then it comes back. Nice little shape up.
Go
doing his thing.
Go for
Oh, and by the way, we cannot talk about toxic players
without
not mention Jay Cutler. So I have to throw because he's just so fucking bad. That's
why, like, even before all the cap shit, which made me completely stop watching football altogether, Jay Cutler took all the love of football right out of me. He took the love I had for football and threw it to the other team. 15 times in one game.
All the time.
15 times in one game.
I'm like, hey, I'll be watching the game and I'll be like, here it comes. It's coming.
But you know, there are redemption stories though to that too, because Brandon Marshall, not memory serves, Brandon Marshall was a terribly toxic player in Denver. But then he went to Miami and was great.
He got his mentals
he changed his whole shit around.
He got his mentals figured out.
Yeah. He had a lot of psychological issues that were causing that.
Yeah.
You know, so it's maybe that's maybe that's a card that's at play here. Who knows?
Right.
And it could be the case for Kyrie Irving too, if he's going to do irresponsible things like that out of the blue. But you never know what's going on in people's lives.
I don't give a fuck what's going on in people's lives. That's not my job. You need to take care of your own damn life. I need you to show up on this basketball court just like the rest of us show up on this damn basketball court.
Yeah.
Handle your business.
Yeah.
The tolerant left at play here.
Right.
But I'm still a big boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm still an adult. I'm still a mature ass man where I can take care of my responsibilities before I'm expected to do something for somebody who is paying me.
That is the attitude of a lot of people when they see folks wearing the Black Lives Matter shirt during warm-ups before the game.
That's the same.
Or kneeling during the anthem.
No.
Don't do that. You do that on your own time. But we're talking about totally not playing the game for personal reasons, etc.
He's not playing games for personal reasons because he broke COVID mandates. That's why he's out. It's not because he found some solidarity with the movement. That's not what it is. He was out there partying and he got caught on Instagram Live because he didn't take homegirl's phone. And she went live.
First things first, dude. Turn your phone in. Put your phone in your goddamn bag.
Didn't he learn anything from these guys at the Capitol riots? Don't live stream yourself when you're fucking up.
He let her keep her phone and she live streamed him and she got him caught. That's what's costing him all this money.
CD Lamb did it right. CD Lamb did it right. He took that phone away from
her. The hell you think you doing? He gave it a look like this. He went.
He said, you might have some nice legs, but give me that damn phone.
Give me that damn phone. You know,
games.
What the hell is wrong with you?
But that he decided not to take proper precautions. He decided not to do any of the shit that he was supposed to do. So if I don't put gas in my car and then I go to start that bitch before I have to start work, it's not my job's fault that I can't get to work on time. That's my fault. I did that.
Right.
He did that. That's him. Him did that. He's got to be better, especially if you're trying to be part of the movement and you're trying to represent yourself as such and such and so and so. You can't not fucking fill the gas tank before work. Do your fucking job also, sir. You don't get to just pick and choose because none of us can. All the rest of us has to be activists and fill our gas tanks. You don't get no exception just because you're a millionaire.
Well, maybe he should go to the GOP because apparently they could do whatever the fuck they want and they still don't have to take accountability.
Of course, because it was Antifa.
Antifa, the whole
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, man. This is a deep fake in the highest order. All those judges that these people talking about, the media helped screw Trump out of this election and da-da-da-da-da. They weren't in the court. They weren't throwing those things out of the court. You know, you would have to believe that all of these judges that Trump appointed, that Trump put up for confirmation, were working against him. You would have to believe that how many SCOTUS picks did he get to put in? 3? 3. Yeah. You would have to believe that 3 SCOTUS picks personally put in by him were really working against him. You know, there's this acronym. It's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. The most obvious, simple answer is probably the right one. You know, you would have to believe, and a lot of people do for some reason, not all 74 million, but a lot of people believe that the most grandiose international conspiracy was just carried out against Donald Trump. And nobody is talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. Not one person has broken silence. Not one person feels guilty and wants to go on Dr.
I'm
Phil
laughing,
or
by the
Maury
way.
Povich or something. I know what you're laughing at.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the comment.
I know. I'm just saying that
you talk about Lauren
it befuddles me. It befuddles me that people are actually believing that, oh, it was a scheme by the Democrats, the Republican politicians that Trump helped get in office, the Republican judges that he put up for confirmation, the Republican or conservative judges that got put on the SCOTUS, George Soros, Martian Man,
Martian Manhunter,
all these people, and nobody. There's not an email. There's not a deep throat pause coming out telling the truth. Nothing.
It's funny, but you saw Lauren Boebert was tweeting where Nancy Pelosi has just left the chamber, you know, and like we talked about her right when she got elected because she's the AOC of the GOP,
right.
which means she's the exact opposite,
right?
Which is not good. But here's where I sit with this. If you believe that Trump was put in place by God to take down the system,
then how did the system
and to uncover all of this corruption and to do all of this holy work unbeknownst to him that he's doing it? He did you have to either say one of two things. Either there was no such thing as the deep state, or he did a terrible fucking job of uprooting it.
It certainly looks like to me that he deepened the deep state.
Yeah, he gave it more footings to control the country for the next millennia.
He did a bad job. They picked the wrong guy.
You know, that goes without saying, but they won't admit it. They say they picked the right guy.
Of course. And that's something else, is the proliferation of refusal to accept being wrong, the refusal to accept responsibility for your actions or your words or this or that. You know what I mean? Like
that's snowflake culture, Haas.
But the non-conservatives are supposed to be the snowflakes. You know, like they're talking about him being banned from certain outlets and social media and stuff like that. When your words beget violence, maybe we shouldn't let you, especially because it's not like, even though we have a moderate platform, and not even moderate, slightly above my daughter Lucy platform, our words don't hold as much weight as a president. So we can say this country cannot be taken back via weakness. We can't have one of our acolytes. We can have one of our acolytes say this country must be taken back by a trial by combat, right? But hey, guess what? We don't have the platform or the influence that a president has.
Bring the combat.
So guess what? When a president says that, and you got all these loyalists that hang on his every word, exactly. Yeah, you might have to throttle that back. You know, people talk about, oh, it's a slippery slope to have these people, these social media owners decide what can and can't be said. No, it's not. You know, just like we should be holding law enforcement officers to a higher standard, we have to hold our elected officials, especially presidents sitting in the highest office in the world, to a higher standard. And, you know, you can't say certain things that have influence over millions of people. And
why not? Why not, Haas? Why can't they talk just like I talked to Billy Ray in the garage when we're working on?
Because you're in the fucking garage, and you might have.
Yo, what he's saying is true, Big Haas. Why can't he say that on a public forum? Why is that problematic?
Let's just see the United States Capitol building a couple of weeks ago.
There you go.
Because if Billy Ray went by himself to the Capitol because Mikey was filling his head and hyping him up.
We was really working on that Mini Cooper, and I got to talking about some wild shit.
And he took the Mini Cooper and went to Washington, D.C. What would happen to Billy Ray by himself?
He gonna get his ass whooped for taking my damn car without my position. You gonna take that shit all the way to damn D.C. That's a lot of gas.
But when you have when you have a rally and you've already been slowly turning the temperature up on your base since before the election with fraud talk and rig talk and all of this talk,
Dominion,
and then just slowly turning the dial and slowly turning the dial and slowly turning the dial, and then you and your friends. And I don't understand how conservatives, Trump supporters, especially when Trump says something, then there's all this, oh, he didn't mean that. And he never said explicitly to go raid the Capitol and stuff like that.
How many times have they had to say that?
So many times. And it's always, he didn't explicitly say this. It's almost like, oh, if you don't say the N-word, then it's not racist. He didn't specifically say that. You know, he didn't say that, but he was alluding to.
It's like when they make a reference in like a Pixar movie that the kids don't get, but all of the adults in the room understood what the reference was.
Right.
And then it's a bunch of children explaining to me why that isn't a reference. It's like, no, that is clearly a reference. You're just being stupid. Mm-hmm. You're a dumb person, and that's why you don't get it.
It's almost if you get, I'm trying to think of what group it was. It might have been I want to say New Edition. That's not who's the group with like Harry Styles and those guys who came out like 5-6 years ago.
Harry Styles is an actor.
He's a musician too.
He is.
What's the name?
You talking about the Jonas Brothers?
Not the Jonas. Okay, no, it's
One Direction. One Direction.
One Direction, right? So I think it was One Direction, or it might have been Justin Bieber or something like that, who came out with a song about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. When my daughter, who at the time was about 14, was like really into these groups.
Yeah,
and they came out with a song that was a complete ripoff. With the, I'm sure they had permission, but you know, it was ooh Yolanda, you look so fine. And my daughter, she could not wrap her head around the fact that I told her
it already came out.
Oh, that song came out in like '93.
Yeah, right.
I remember.
No, it didn't.
Like, yo, baby girl, that's a cover.
I even played the song for her.
Nope, that's different.
And she said, yes, but the music in the background is different.
Aha!
You know what I like it to? This is what I like.
That's exactly how they're doing it right now.
Right. Yeah. This is what I like it.
They don't even have one story of fraud. They have 11 different stories.
This is what I liken it to. You know, remember the Karate Kid when Johnny Lawrence's sensei said, sweep the leg?
Yeah.
Right? If he had not said sweep the leg, if he said do whatever it takes to win, what do you mean? Do whatever it takes to win. And then Johnny went and swept the leg, they'd have been like, oh, well, he didn't tell him to go sweep the leg. That's what I liken it to. That's how they believe.
Or in 2 minutes before in that same movie,
mm-hmm.
he literally tells Bobby out of commission.
Mm-hmm.
But Sensei, I can beat this guy out of commission. You got a problem with that? No, Sensei.
Right.
Then he goes and he kicks him in the upper thigh.
Yeah. And
I never told him to kick
him in the upper thigh. That
I just said take him out of commission. I just want him to beat him down good.
That's Trump.
Plausible deniability.
That's Trump loyalists in a nutshell, right there. I never told him to kick him in the leg. I didn't tell him to sweep the leg. I said do whatever it takes to win. Do whatever it takes to win. Legally, of course.
Yeah.
So for that Mark Levine,
do it peacefully, but do whatever it takes.
Where did you want me to start that? Was that the one that started at the beginning or start at the 10-minute mark?
Do the Lindsey Graham one, but start it at the 10-minute mark because it's very intriguing what he says. It's about 4 minutes, so you can pause it as much as you want.
Man, there's so many fucking nugs in that bitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Oh, let me turn off my camera for 1 second. I got to plug in the third monitor. We're doing this shit live.
And while he's doing that, listener, if you want to subscribe to this show, please. If you want to support this show, you can do so. In fact, I'm doing this from my phone, so it's a little bit harder for me to do it. But you can go right there to patreon.com/VFU podcast. Again, for the next few days, that will be still called that. In fact, I may just leave it as that. But you can go there. You can support the show.
That'll create confusion. Let's switch it. If we're gonna switch, we're gonna switch.
We'll switch it, but I got to transition it with some sort of tact.
Oh, okay. So you're saying we gotta go through the. You're not ready for the whole opera. You're not. You're on the hormones.
We gotta go through the growing pains. One thing might change on Tuesday, another thing might change on Friday.
Okay, so we're on the hormones right now, y'all.
But for now, listener, you can go right there. You can support this show, and you can support the upcoming Dig on America podcast. Also, don't forget if you're watching this on YouTube, as they say, as these gamers say, smash that subscribe button. Subscribe to the show, hit the little bell, get the alerts. If you're watching us on Facebook, go check us out on YouTube or on Twitch, twitch.tv/VFU podcast. Subscribe there. Again, don't be shocked. The name of the podcast will change in a few days to Dig on America. But it'll be without the sports talk pretty much. But we will do a nugget at the end of each show of something from pop culture. So we'll have something about what we like. And actually, real quick, before you start this video, I did want to add, but before we get totally off pop culture, did you guys see that apparently Charlie Cox is back in Spider-Man as Daredevil? Is this of any interest to either of you? Because I love that Daredevil character on Netflix.
No.
Oh, is that the dude's name?
Charlie Cox is the actor who played Daredevil. Yeah,
Matt Murdock. The Matty Murdock character.
Yeah,
not the Ben Affleck one. Yeah, I loved him. He was really good.
So he will be in the upcoming Spider-Man film. It's confirmed, and they've seen him on set.
Dope. All right, let me know if you can hear this. Just a little sound check-a-rooney here.
There's the new logo or the working logo.
Okay, I need you to not talk over the clip. I need you to let me know if you can hear the clip.
Turn down the caucasity.
Just hold on a second. Let me play it.
Impossible.
Let me know if you can hear it. Can you hear this?
My time in office. It was
okay. So I have it queued up. We do have sound. Everyone at home, this is from Fox News. Let me grab the link and post it in the chat so that we are under the fair use license and they can't come after us. And as long as we break it up every 15 seconds, they can't come after us and shut down our stream. So here is Senator Lindsey Graham live on Sunday morning.
You didn't say it right. Senator Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey.
It's weird that his name is Lindsey too, because there's a lot of girls named Lindsey. Alleged, I'm
not going there with you. Here we go, y'all.
It's horrendous to see people come and take over the Capitol, the House and the Senate, beat officers, defile the seat of government. How in the hell could that happen? Where was Nancy Pelosi?
What? First of all, doesn't it sound like he's twirling a necklace of pearls as he says this? But anyway, second of all, what does Nancy Pelosi have to do with this?
He goes on.
Her job to provide Capitol security. How in the hell my time in office. It was horrendous to see people come and take over the Capitol, the House and the Senate, beat officers, defile the seat of government. How in the hell could that happen? Where was Nancy Pelosi? It's her job to provide Capitol security. Well,
it's her job to provide Capitol campus security. That's her job, Haas. Where was she?
Yeah.
When the phone rang at 2 p.m. when they started to protest, where was she?
Well, we know where she was because Lauren Boebert tweeted every time she moved.
How convenient for them.
Yeah. Lauren Boebert was also one of the people giving tours the day before when tours were not supposed to be happening because of COVID restrictions.
But they was letting motherfuckers know exactly which rights and lefts to take.
If you look to your left, that's
there's a weak spot.
Yeah.
If you notice right here, there is no security. I mean, there is a beautiful statue of Abraham Lincoln,
which is worth a lot on eBay.
Yeah, and this is Capitol Police Officer Bubba Burnett. He'll be the one opening the barricade to let y'all in, but don't say
right, Bubba. Bubba, I'm giving you the elbow on the wrist.
And Rufus here is going to be taking selfies. You know,
sweep the leg, Bubba.
Just pay him in skull.
But Senator, Republican senator from South Carolina, goes on.
I'll get to the bottom of that. To my Republican colleagues, impeachment is a political tool. What you've done here is you impeach the president without one witness being called and not even having a lawyer. That's dangerous to the presidency. So
really, dude.
He'd have a lawyer if he paid the last one.
I'm telling you, he stopped paying him.
Well, apparently Giuliani is still going to be the lawyer.
Not without no check.
Oh, he'll do it for free because he needs to stay part of that team, so he has 74 million followers on Twitter.
Giuliani needs to get paid in Dapper Dan. He's been using that fop too long.
Yo, you know the thing about attorney-client privilege. If you have passed the bar and I put $1 in your pocket, you can't tell my secrets. If that dollar disappears, I can tell your secrets.
I am no longer on retainer.
I am no longer obligated to hold your secrets any longer. But Senator Lindsey Graham continues.
Witness being called and not even having a lawyer. That's dangerous to the presidency. So I think it was a bad, rushed, emotional move that puts the presidency at risk or cause further division in the country. To my Senate Republicans, don't legitimize an unconstitutional effort to impeach President Trump.
Unconstitutional? They took it through the Senate. They just
it becomes
this part of it is worth a quick chat. And I don't pretend to have the answer to this. I don't pretend to have the answer to this. But is it constitutional to impeach someone who is no longer in office? I have heard interesting.
It is not unconstitutional. There is precedent.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Dutch. You won the election of 2016. What day do you stop being the president?
In 3 days.
That's right. So guess who's
you're still
the
fucking president, which means you're liable to get impeached if
that's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is can you hold a trial after I've heard after he's out of office.
There's precedent.
I have heard interesting perspectives on this that go both ways. And
hey, perspectives. What's up?
I like how you're talking, Dutch.
Hey, tell me more.
Well, I don't know which of them is. I don't think that I think that what's going to end up happening is they're probably going to have to go to the Supreme Court during this to see if the Supreme Court allows them to continue on, because someone's going to sue, and I'd be very interested to see how these originalists rule on that. Is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
There's precedent for that. I'm trying to look it up right now. I was listening to a constitutional lawyer talk about it.
Well, but here's where he'll get to the part of he actually brings up 2 points later on in the we'll go ahead and play that part. Continue on playing it.
What up, X? I love you, man. Let me know if you guys can still hear this. This is the real question.
In the country to my
no? All right.
We could hear that.
You could?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Then we can play it without having to be on there. That's absolutely gorgeous. Here we go.
Senate Republicans don't legitimize an unconstitutional effort to impeach President Trump. It becomes the model for the future. Will we pursue presidents in perpetuity? They do something we don't like and we hound them when they're out of office. The Constitution was never meant to do that. That is truly a scarlet letter impeachment. So to my Republican colleagues, please do not justify and legitimize what the House did and stand up for the Constitution like we did on January the 6th. Stop this before it stops. I hope.
Stop this before it stops. Come on, dude.
He was all over the place. He was stumbling all over. So stop this before it starts is what he meant. And I think after 55 syllables, he cleared it up.
So I'm reading an article by a constitutional lawyer, Michael J. Gerhardt.
What up, Mike?
Penned on January 15th.
He might be watching right now. What
and
up, Mike?
it says that, and if you need me to, I'll send you the link to this because it's a lot.
Please.
I'm only going to read this one paragraph. But it's a longer article, and it says the third reason that post-presidential impeachment is legitimate is perhaps the most compelling. On 3 separate occasions, after an official left office, Congress proceeded with an impeachment and a trial of the impeached official. These 3 precedents provide a strong foundation for the Senate's conducting a second impeachment trial of Trump. Some commentators overlook or dismiss these precedents because they did not involve presidents, but that makes no sense, since there is only one impeachment clause, which subjects presidents and every other impeachable official to the same process. They shall, quote, shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors, unquote.
There you go.
That quote is directly from the Constitution.
Does it say who the three were?
I'll jump down. The first impeachment held after the official left office was the very first impeachment in American history. In 1797, President John Adams sent evidence to Congress indicating that North Carolina Senator William Blount had plotted to help the British seize parts of the United States. After studying the evidence, the House began impeachment of Blount, but the Senate expelled him before the impeachment proceedings were done. He was not present for any of these proceedings. Yet, as Professor Lawrence Tribe of Harvard Law School recently noted, one of the House managers appointed to prosecute the case in the Senate for a conviction, and Blount's lawyer agreed that a civil officer was subject to impeachment after leaving office. In early 1798, the House proceeded to investigate the matter further and impeach Blount. Despite the fact that Blount was no longer in office, the Senate began his impeachment trial with Jefferson presiding. In the trial, in the Senate, in a narrow vote, agreed that with Blount's lawyer's objection that the senator was not a civil officer and therefore not amenable to impeachment. So the key lesson from this episode is that it was done by the first Congress after Blount left office, and the usual rule in constitutional law is that we defer to the first Congress because most of its members helped draft or ratify the Constitution.
Okay. And you said that was in 1797?
1797. That's when the evidence was sent. The trial started in 1798.
Okay, so that's after the current version of the Constitution was drafted and ratified. So
was that part changed though? Those parts on impeachment, was it changed?
No, I'm clarifying because I didn't know when he said it. At first, when I heard the year, I wasn't sure if he said 97 or 77. 77 would have been under the Articles of Confederation.
Right.
97 is not. That's under the current Constitution.
That's exactly correct, sir.
Right. So that was my question.
The second impeachment is even more analogous to Trump's. That was in 1861. And then the third precedent involves President Ulysses S. Grant's Secretary of War, William Belknap.
Ah, Mr. Belknap. Yes. Welcome back to the show.
One of his descendants talked about this. I forget what show I was watching. She was talking about how she didn't even know about it because they buried it so much in her family because it was so embarrassing.
Well, Mr. Belknap, if you come back to life, you cannot be in office. So as far as I'm concerned,
yeah, Mr. Wetnap.
I think that if you can do something to ensure, and I think that you are going to get 17 Republicans on this, because I think that out of the 50 Republicans in the Senate, I think it's a good chance you'll get 17, because I think that there are probably 17. Though I will say, you probably need 18, because I don't be trusting no Joe Manchin.
And I don't trust Susan Collins neither.
Susan Collins is she
yeah,
right. She's a Republican. So but I don't trust no Joe Manchin. That's for damn sure. In fact, I would not be shocked at all if Joe Manchin switched allegiances and just became a Republican.
We got 2 minutes left on this clip. Hit it.
Hope every Republican will reject the second impeachment of President Trump.
And you sent all of this in a letter to Chuck Schumer. We have that letter here to show. Have you heard back from Senator Schumer on this letter that you sent?
No.
He told me to go bite a pillow.
Senator Schumer was pretty simple. You called on all of us to recognize.
Skip forward about 30 seconds.
Of electoral office. It will create further division in the country. It will.
I want to get to the.
And if you continue to do this, you hate Trump more than you love the country. And that's the underlying problem from the day.
So that was a good quote he just said. Let me run it back.
From the radical left, stand down what I believe to be clearly an unconstitutional impeachment of a president leaving office. It will create further division in the country. It will destroy the presidency itself. And if you continue to do this, you hate Trump more than you love the country. And that's the underlying problem. From the day one, the first day taking office, President Trump has been hounded by the media and the liberal Democrats, and it will continue even when he's out of office.
So that pissed me off on a super new level. How the hell can you tell me I hate the country because I want the country to fail because Donald Trump is such a fucking loser? No, well, you, Lindsey Graham, have been licking his fucking scrotum for 3.5 fucking years. And now I'm the bad person now that you decided to change your tune. And instead of him being a problem, now he's great. And now if you don't think that he's great, then you hate the country. No, that's not how this works. No, you're the fucking problem. You promote and you prop up people who are damaging for the country just because they happen to have one year party's primary.
Right.
And because he's on your team, now he's Jesus. He can walk on water right now.
He's doing this because he's afraid of what I predicted coming true. That Donald Trump will destroy the Republican Party.
Oh, it's done. They're all backpedaling.
It's going to be two parties now. It's going to be two parties. Wait 6 months and watch.
It's going to be third party and Democratic. Republicans are done.
Then they're going to call it, you know what they're going to call it? Guaranteed. The Patriot Party.
Don't matter.
Yeah. If you don't like this party, you're not a patriot.
Yo, speaking of patriots, how about that Patriot Act? All you little dumbass motherfuckers who decided to walk in there with your fucking personal cell phones, they got all your shit. Sprint and Nextel and fucking AT&T, whoever the fuck your carrier is, they done gave up all of your fucking telemetrics. They know exactly who stepped foot inside that fucking building, and all of you are fucked. All of you.
Oh, and speaking of that, later in that, you don't have to play the segment. I'll just tell you what Lindsey Graham said. He goes on to complain about big tech and the bans and everything like that. And he says something profound that I couldn't believe I heard. He said, "You ready?" He said that large corporations are more powerful than the government.
Yeah,
and that's a problem.
That's huge.
Yeah, well, who
really?
Who furthered that?
You don't say that after all this time that I've been telling you that big corps are more dangerous than big government. I'm not saying either is good, but
and that's why you have to get money out of politics, corporate money out of politics.
Exactly. That's exactly why you got to get corporate money out of politics, or all money. Let's be honest. How about all money? All money out of politics. So you can find a better way to do it. But all right, where are we at? Last show.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was passing it to you.
Oh, okay, cool. Utah Outcast, what up, X? Don't do crimes while carrying a cell phone. Critical.
Yeah.
Because just like people thought that they could get away with saying whatever the fuck they wanted to on Parler.
Yeah.
The government
all that shit got leaked.
The government is privy to all of this. It's called the Patriot Act. You guys were all mad about it so long ago, and then you went like undercover. You guys went underground, and then you like had your little secret meetings, and then you guys like started using like social media things, and you never got in trouble for it. And you thought everything was fucking Gucci.
Well,
bad news.
The Patriot Act was great for people when they believed it was being used against people they hate.
They can also use it on Americans as well.
Oh, how inconvenient.
Oh, yeah. Patriot Act, bitches. All your shit has been fucking leaked and exposed. All your shit has been recorded. They have fucking. What do you think the Pentagon is full of? It's not full of just fucking stacks of paper anymore. No. It's servers.
Well, they got acres and acres of servers.
They are capturing all of your shit. All of your shit. Certain political podcasters, I'm looking at you. All your shit's been fucking leaked too. They got all your shit. So when your indictment comes up, I will be on this bitch with a fucking bottle of champagne, touting your imminent demise because you also were part of the planning and the shit that happened on the Capitol. I'm just waiting for it to come to a fruition. It's okay. I got a long extension cord on that refrigerator, so I can keep it running for a long time.
Go ahead, Dutch.
And by the way, anybody on the right wing who's complaining about Parler, this has nothing to do with Twitter banning anyone, but specifically about the Parler thing, and wondering that if Trump does start his own social media, who would platform it, like Apple, etc. What internet sites would platform it? Doesn't it suck that you didn't we warn you not to fuck with net neutrality like 2 fucking years ago? Didn't I come on this show and say net neutrality was a good thing? And all of you right wingers said it's fucking horrible. We need to get rid of it. Oh my God, I can't believe it. You rescinded that law. And now So
the most ironic thing for me, Dutch, is these far right wingies are being taken down by capitalism. They're so toxic and nasty. They're so toxic and nasty that Amazon can't be seen associated with you. Google can't be seen associated with you. Apple can't be seen associated with you. They won't host your site anymore because it's not profitable for them anymore.
Hey, can we real quick
optics and the money.
Say hello? We have I've never seen this name before, so let's say hello to Sally Pickett. I don't know if you guys know her or not.
Nope.
But hello, Sally.
Hey, Sally.
Hey, girl.
She says,
Sally from the
Mikey,
valley.
you can read that better than I can.
Campaign finance reform is a vastly overlooked issue. I agree. Maybe if we made the rich pay their taxes and spent a little less money on military, we could have public campaign funds. I agree 1,000%. And I actually really like Andrew Yang. I really like Andrew Yang's freedom dollar. Mm-hmm. I really like the freedom dollars thing where everybody gets the same amount of money and you can break it up to put it towards like Like if Dutch was running against Haas, I could say, yeah, I kind of like Dutch a little bit more, so I'm going to give him 60 and I'll give Haas 40. It's a very egalitarian way of financing campaigns.
Look at them syllables in that word, egalitarian.
He
said that with his pinky up.
It must be egalitarian, man.
All right.
Look at those low rates.
Quick tangent. Every person that I've ever showed Eagle Man commercials has looked at me like an absolute nutcase. They have looked at me like I am crazy because, like, hey, yo, man, you ever seen Eagle Man? They're like, no, what is that? And then I showed them, like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It's the fucking best, man.
That's how indoctrination works. And especially when I show people who are from other countries.
Yeah.
Oh my, we look like absolute crazy people.
Yeah.
It is rated in the top 10 worst commercials of all times.
But I love it.
It's that
you're gonna love my nuts.
It is bar none.
What about the donate? Where is the donate? The kids singing the donate your car commercial rated on that?
1888 cars for kids.
No, you remember House? You remember
the old Magic Kids commercial?
You're an old guy from Chicago. You remember the Fensel Tufo commercials? The monster dealer, Fensel Tufo Chevrolet.
That old car's worth money.
Oh, Victory,
Valley Auto Records.
Yeah,
they still play that.
You know that guy almost got his fucking arm cut off during the shooting of that commercial because they like used a plasma cutter to cut the fucking door off and didn't tell him. So he fucking pulled it and that door came off. It was sharp as shit. It almost fucking seriously injured him. And he played it up or whatever, but he was just like, yo, this motherfucker could have killed me.
He also is well known as Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Get the fuck out of here. Leave Shags alone.
Do we got to do a special, our very final Voice from the Underground edition of a certain segment?
Yeah, we do.
Do you want to do the other one or you want to do that after?
Whoa. Pause.
What's the other one?
The other thing you sent us to watch.
Oh yeah, you pick.
I will. You know what, Dutch? I'm gonna pick.
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Welcome to the Humidor with Big Haas. Find out what Haas is puffing and drinking today. If you try his suggestion and you die, that is natural selection, and the VFU podcast is not responsible for you being weak F sauce. Now, the one, the only, Big Haas.
I'm not on drugs.
Yeah, he's not on drugs because he is high on life. Big Haas, let him know what's popping, what's crack-a-lacking over in that goddamn sexy motherfucking humidor.
Well, thank you, Michael, for that great.
It might be nice if you came off mute, Haas.
I am off mute, baby. You didn't know I was off mute? I'm off mute, baby. I came off as smooth as the other side of the pillow, babe. So today, for our 200th episode, I took us to the asylum.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Now, asylum used to be one of the cigars I smoked as a bargain cigar.
Oh, okay.
The prices were a little bit lower.
I see you.
And now they've upped their game a little bit.
Oh shit! Changing the game.
Yes. And what I have today is the Asylum Nyctophilia.
Oh,
no.
I knew a girl who was into that.
Oh, what is Nyctophilia?
You know what it is. You go ahead and tell the people in case they don't know.
Nyctophilia literally means to have a preference for the darkness. So some might say that there's women that have a scorching case of nyctophilia.
It's not their fault. They're only human.
It's the vibes, baby. It's the vibes. Now, I am smoking the 60. And they call it that because it's 6-inch, pause, by 60 ring gauge. Okay.
That's all she really needs, to be honest.
You know, it's not the size of the cigar, but how you smoke it. Now, this is a Honduran cigar.
Ooh.
Okay. The binder is from Dutch back.
Dutch tongue.
Nicaragua.
There it is.
Right. That's right. The filler is from
Honduras.
no
Honduras, Nicaragua,
no, Nicaragua,
Mexico.
Now, the wrapper,
Puerto Rico. Damn it.
The wrapper is from South Central LA.
No, it's a San Andreas wrapper.
The west side of Chicago.
You know. Now, this cigar is a full body cigar. Okay. Now, it's not a full, but it's full enough. Pause.
I almost said Bone Thugs and Harmony was from Chicago there, but I was thinking.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
Yeah, I was thinking. That's not who I was thinking of, though. I was thinking of Smoking on Hay.
Talking about Crucial Conflict.
Crucial Conflict. Yeah,
I was just listening to them the other day. But this is a full flavor cigar, and you get like when I first lit it. See, like as you can see, I'm almost done with this. I'm in the last third. But
go towards the center. Can't see it. Logo's in the way. Right in the middle. There, thank you, sir.
Is that good? That good?
Okay.
That's
good for me.
When I first started this cigar, I got more of the cocoa notes and a little bit of earth than I did the black pepper. But as I'm getting towards the last of the cigar, I'm getting more of the black pepper. I can actually feel it pre-pause at the back of my throat here.
Oh shit!
Now,
ooh, that's too easy. That's a layup. I can't even leave that one there.
Right.
That's
now,
already in the hoop.
If you check this out, see that nice brown wrappers. Got some veins on it. Pause.
They're like
which,
that.
You know. Now, this is a San Andreas.
It's
not as dark as a Maduro.
I played that on Grand Theft Auto. That was a good game.
I'm sorry. You know what? I said it wrong. It's San Andres, not Andreas. There's no.
Oh, I didn't get that DLC up.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
all right.
San Andreas was the Rock movie.
The Scorpion Andreas.
San Andreas.
So, like now, I'm getting a lot of the pepper. But if I was drinking coffee earlier too, so that might have enhanced the sweetness, and it might have masked the pepper a little bit.
Oh, you know he's sleepy. He over here drinking coffee.
Hey, it's been a long day, brothers. It's been a long day. But if you can see, look at that burn. Can you see that burn?
That's a lot.
That's beautiful.
That's a stable ass burn.
That's a nice stable burn. But look also at the ash. You see how it flakes a little bit? You see the flake there?
I see the flake.
So I'm not necessarily a fan of flake because I wear a lot of black.
Looks like a croissant, like a very nice breakfast croissant.
Know? But it's not.
Oh,
it's a pretty strong ash though. See, because that's about an inch and a quarter of ash there. Pause.
It's pretty round ash too.
Yeah. See?
Pause.
Pretty
round
good.
ash.
But very good construction. Very stable throughout. It's consistent. The transitions are fluid. It's not like 1 minute you're getting cocoa and stuff, and then bam, not abrupt. It kind of lulls you into it. You know,
I've been there.
Once again, I use the V cut. I'm very fond of the V cut, especially on larger ring gauge cigars. I like the V cut.
Who doesn't like a good V?
You know, some people don't.
Well, yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
But a bump.
There's people
different strokes for different folks.
I only had to touch it. Pause.
Different cuts for different butts.
Right. I only had to touch it up one time to relight it a little bit. That's when I went on my little soliloquy about how crazy certain folks are, but that's all right. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see the smoke coming off of it, but it delivers a pretty good smoke.
It looks like a medium to medium light smoke.
You know, some people who enjoy cigars, they love voluminous smoke. This is kind of in the middle. You take a big drag, you're going to get a lot of smoke. You take a smaller drag, it's not as much.
It's proportional smokage.
Right. But sometimes the cigar is constructed in a way that, and the blend is one of those that you take a big drag, you're still going to get just a little bit of smoke. So,
teacher, I have a question for you here.
Yes.
What is the relationship to the filler to the smoke voluminosity? Is the smoke determined by the filler, or is it determined by the wrapper? Which I'm not a fan of. I like to listen to country music myself.
I understand. I would say, in my opinion, that it's more about the filler as far as smoke and supporting notes.
No. Wait a second, teacher. You just told me that the wrapper was Nicaraguan, as Dutch likes to say.
Yes.
One more time. Hit him, Dutch. Hit him with it. Let him know.
No, but the wrapper is not. No. The binder and the filler are Nicaraguan. The wrapper is San Andres.
Is that it? Where is that? Is that in Nicaragua? Do we know?
I always thought the binder was a trapper keeper.
It's a Mexican seed grown in Honduras, Mexican San Andres wrapper. And that's where you get most of your flavor notes from. But there are some flavors in the filler and the binder, but not as pronounced as in the wrapper.
And again, which part is the binder?
The binder is right up under the filler. It is what holds the right up under the wrapper. It's what holds the filler leaves together. And then the wrapper is on the outside, is for appearance and flavor. But the binder is more important. And also, if you look at this too, I've had this in the humidor for a while, so it's gotten acclimated. And look, no cracks. You see that? Remember last week when I was saying that I didn't let the cigar acclimate long enough, and that's why it was kind of cracking?
And there was some splitting in the rest of the cigar.
This cigar got a chance to acclimate to its new environment. And so there's no splitting going on. Also, fun fact, sometimes it's a good idea when you're going to smoke a cigar, take it out of the humidor, rest it on your ashtray, and let it sit there for about a half hour before you even light it. So that it can acclimate to the environment that you're smoking in as well. Because sometimes the difference between the humidor and where you're actually smoking will act as a and I learned this, when I learned this? I learned this one time I was smoking in the sunroom and it was pouring down rain outside. I mean, really, really, really rainy, really humid day. And I started smoking a cigar and it split on me because it started absorbing all the humidity that was in the room because I had the windows open and boop, I didn't let it acclimate. So I said earlier, the first 2/3 of the cigar I was smoking and I had coffee. This last 2/3 is kind of a mystery. You know why? Because in this decanter is a clear liquid. I've had this liquid in this decanter so long, I don't remember what it is.
I'll come over and taste it. I'll let you know what it is.
Whoa, you're gonna come over and pause. I mixed that mystery liquid with Twist Up, which is I believe from Aldi. I think that's where my wife got it from. It's a lemon lime soda.
We're going to talk about that after. We're going to talk about you buying that and drinking that afterward.
Yeah. And even though
standards for you, sir.
Even though this is really sweet, guess what? That pepper that's in the last third of this cigar is overtaking all of that.
It's because you're drinking bargain bin fucking soda, which is not how you do drinks. Come on now.
I drink what I want.
You taught me better than that.
I drink what I want.
That's the Walmart ripoff.
Is that Walmart?
He's fucking Dr. Thunder.
Yeah.
Now, as for a rating, you know what? Let me talk about the price point. Like it's like a $10 or $11 cigar, But like in this 60, I can get a 5-pack for $40. So, and then I can get a box of 25 for almost like 190. I don't know if I'd buy a 25 because I don't know if I want to smoke this that often. But I might buy a 5-pack. This is a good cigar to give one of your friends that you like. You know what I mean? Not just an acquaintance or someone on the satellite of your circle, but somebody that you like that will appreciate it. It's a good cigar, and it's not going to cost you too much. Like, oh man, I can't believe I'm giving this dude one of my $18 cigars. You know what I'm saying? It has a little bit more pepper than I might like.
So you wouldn't give one? Would you give one to Shamasha?
Shamasha getting a Trump cigar. But I'm burning that thing on Wednesday. But anyway,
so much fun.
I would give this like a 4.3, 4.4, just because in the end of it, it's a lot of it's kind of a lot of pepper for me, But it's a good cigar at a good price point, and it's enjoyable and it's well constructed, as you can see. Let me put it in the right way. There we go.
There you go.
It's well constructed. It's holding well. The ash is holding well. It's a little flaky, but something, the flakes don't readily come off. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get a flaky ash and it's just coming off at the slightest breeze. This flake.
I got a lot of those. I got a lot of those flaky asses in college.
Those are
she
called.
Said she was coming over.
Those are STD.
Oh, never mind. I'm talking about something else.
That's an STT that's causing flakes.
But 4.3, 4.4. Let's split the difference. Call it 4.35. I might buy a 5-pack. So like when I want something that's a little bit more towards the end, a little bit more peppery, I wouldn't mind this. If my palate changes in the future and I start to enjoy that pepper more, I might get 25. This is a good one to smoke, when I'm watching the game or something like that. Because also it's a slow. I've been smoking this the whole podcast, and I still have an inch and a half or so to go. Pause. So we've been on for 2 hours, right? And I still have not finished this cigar. So that's good, especially for my wife, because she doesn't have to. Oh yeah, smoke 3 cigars while you was down there podcasting. So I might actually buy more of these because I can smoke one cigar to hold, for a nice long time, and she won't be up my ass. Pause about how many cigars I smoke.
Do that again.
Don't do it. It's a trap.
It's not. You sounded exactly like Bill Cosby when he would do the.
You done smoked 2 or 3 cigars this day. I can't believe that, Hassan. You gotta stop doing that, babe. That's my way.
Yo, don't talk about my friend like that. She don't sound like that. I'm on her side. Fuck that.
Hassan.
Yelling at it across the yard.
Oh my God.
Hassan.
So that's the humidor for today.
And what a successful segment of Haas's Humidor.
I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoy smoking a cigar.
Now, you're going to do, from what I understand, on the 20th, you are doing a live smoke on
a sacrifice
of the Trump 2020 cigar.
Yeah,
correct?
I'm not going to do it at the torch because that I don't want to put them in that light because there's a lot of conservative people in that town, so I don't want to do that. But I will be burning the hell out of that motherfucker.
So that'll be some bonus content that you'll be viewing.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to see that.
I can't wait. It's like it's official. Fuck out of here.
I got a garbage can if you need to borrow one.
Nah,
he'll put the smoke in the atmosphere.
That's
raise
right.
the CO2. He'll raise the CO2 emissions up.
Sacrifice that cigar to the leaf gods.
So on the mark.
Oh, wait.
Hmm?
Here's the band. I had taken it off already. So if you see this cigar in your local cigar lounge or a cigar store, go ahead and pick it up. It's a pretty good smoke, especially if you like full body cigars. Check it out. Asylum, give me my money.
Still waiting on
CEO, we still waiting.
We're gonna be. I have a feeling we're gonna be waiting for.
Yeah,
like I'm waiting for Jennifer Aniston.
I think they looked at how many followers we had at that time, and they were like, "Nah, forget it."
Well, back then we probably had like -3.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'll get at him. I'll talk to him. There's gonna be some corrections because you don't get 85 free cigar reviews.
Damn, that's something else we should talk about, but we don't have time to talk about
you can't hook. You ain't gonna hook us up. You gonna hook us up. I don't care about state lines and tobacco liquor laws and all that bullshit. Send the package to a great customer. Shit. Podcast excluded.
I do smoke a lot of CAO cigars.
They got a fucking lifelong customer out of you, and they can do right by you. That's free to do. They don't have to do nothing crazy. But
this is an Asylum cigar.
All the man wanted was a T-shirt and a coffee mug.
And y'all over here playing games. Do I have to get?
Well, no, they promised it was coming. They said
it was coming.
Yeah,
it never came. Pause.
That's okay.
I didn't say
Mikey Pham, an attorney at law Esquire, will be sending him a letter from the law officers.
Roman J. Famigny Esquire,
from the law offices of Giuliani and Associates.
I'm a partner with Saul Goodman. If you guys are familiar.
Oh, okay.
Saul Goodman.
Yeah.
Do you want this Levine clip? Are you ready for this Levine clip?
You want to do that one? Let's do it.
Was I starting that one at the beginning and doing the first 3 minutes?
Yeah, it was only like a minute or two, I think. I don't even remember what it was about, but go ahead.
It's about a lot.
Talking some bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's do that real quick before I gotta go.
So Dutch, can you please 30 seconds tell people who Mark Levin is?
He's an asshole. Mr. Producer.
Damn, Dutch, damn. Let me get the question out. Damn. Who is Mark Levin to people who don't live in the States? There you go.
He is the most brazened, pompous, and twisted conservative talk show host on the airwaves. And it's not close.
He's bad. he's legit bad. He's rough to. Only because you sent me the link is the only reason I would have actually listened to this entire thing twice. Like I was about 30 seconds. I was like, all right, can I just pretend like I've heard it and I haven't heard it? But I was like, that's not right.
Let's just pretend.
So here you are, viewers, for your listening pleasure. Your sultry, dulcet tones of one Mark Cornelius, probably Cornelius or Tiberius. No, Tiberius is too cool. Cornelius.
Tiberius. Marzipan Levine.
Marzipan. Mark
middle name Chancellor.
Mark Coleslaw Levine.
No, his middle name is probably like Tyrone in real life. I bet you.
Oh, Jamal.
Yeah, Mark Jamal Levine.
All right, here it is. Let's shut up. All right, here we go.
I'm Mark Levin, and this is Life, Liberty.
No. While playing that, the clip has become unavailable. Give me 2 seconds.
Nice.
I think they have taken it. It's been removed by the uploader.
Oh,
in
how
that
convenient.
He knew.
How convenient.
He knew I was gunning for him. Oof.
Don't worry. We'll get to new stuff next week. Let me just try to say this. And we're gonna play. I have a few news outlets that this new show is going to have a really fun time playing with. So what I'd like you guys to do is get used to hearing stuff from Mark Levine, from Victory. Victory is such a fucking. You guys are going to love what we do to Victory News. It is going to be so fun because and Mikey, I don't know if Mikey knows who they are or not.
I do. They are my dad posts stuff from them a lot.
From Victory?
Yes.
You know who you're asking?
Dad?
Yes. My pops.
No. Really?
Yes. And I'm like, Pop, really, dude.
They are.
He's a Texas conservative.
They're Christian news that makes the 700 Club look tame.
So Dutch, let's do this. We can make a whole segment of it. You can find something from this organization, this group of people, and we'll make it a cold reading of me with a transcript or the video clip of them saying whatever the fuck that they're going to say. Yeah, and I have no problem. I have no problem with that.
Oh, you're going to love it. It's going to be so fun.
I'm going to absolutely hate it because you have a track record of listening to things that make my skin crawl and being able to suffer through the entire thing. I don't have that in me. So I get, and I'm mentally preparing myself for the trigger fest that you were about to imbue upon my.
Let's just put it this way. Victory News does not allow comments on their YouTube videos.
Why?
I wonder why.
I don't do that either when I'm trying to espouse hate.
Though I will say something that I sent you guys this video also. I don't know, you might have it. It was from a couple days ago. I don't remember where it was if I gave you any direction on it, but 700 Club posted a video a couple of days ago, which I will, if Mikey doesn't have it, I'll play a little bit of it on Wednesday, where I have to say it was pretty astonishing. They were saying that.
Say what it is again.
It's in the. I sent it in the
group chat.
In the group chat, yeah.
Right.
I believe it was from 700 Club, but they were talking about how Christian pastors are backing away and trying to be accountable for having told lies to people for the last 6 months.
Word.
And I was like, what? An actual admission that you didn't know what the fuck you were talking about? Of course, it was on like page 9.
Of course.
But you know, the retraction always is, and that's true of CNN too. But I mean, it is.
Was it before or after our conversations about the name change? It has to be after, right?
I don't know. I might. Oh, you know what? I may not have sent it to you. I might have just sent it to myself.
Oh, you're cool.
Play. I think I did actually. I sent it to myself to play. So
always,
I will play. I will
you
play
sent it
that
to
one.
yourself to play with?
Yeah, we'll play that one on Wednesday when I
playing
get
with
my.
Yourself? Is that what you're saying, Dutch? You've been playing with yourself?
I've been playing with myself, and I'm going to keep on playing with myself. So
it's healthy.
Let's do this because Haas has to go. I have to get up for work. So we appreciate everybody. I'm just going to say this real quick to everybody who's been with Voice from the Underground for 200 episodes, or even 2 of those 200 episodes. Thank you. We're really looking forward to launching this, the Dig on America podcast and live stream. We're going to focus a lot more on social issues, on politics. We'll sprinkle in some pop culture at the end of every show. I think what I want to do at the Humidor, I haven't brought this up to you guys yet. You guys can let me know if you like this idea, but I'm thinking we'll talk about what cigar you're smoking early and then maybe close the show with it or something like that. But we'll figure out a couple of those things. We'll have some growing pains, but we're really excited about this. Tell your friends, tell Auntie, come over, subscribe to the show. And with that, I will pass it over to Big Haas. The final thoughts from
on Voice.
Super last thing, as Jenk would say, from Big Hussein on Voice from the Underground. Your recap on 200 episodes or whatever else you want to talk about.
Okay. Well, thank you.
And then when you get to about a minute in, give me some sort of signal, and I'm going to start the new intro music for the new show.
You've got it done.
Okay.
I'm a hard-working motherfucker. I have 10 shows a fucking week, and I'm still on.
You only got 10 shows, you lazy goat.
I'm the Jamaican producer.
All right. Today, you know something? I want to talk about energy. A friend of mine, hadn't seen her in a while, and she came up to the lounge today at the Torch.
How's she look? Never mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She's beautiful. Anyway, she came up to the lounge today, and I'm like, dude, where you been? I haven't seen you in so long. What's going on? She's like, well, I've just been in a bad place lately, and lots of things going on. I've just been so stressed, so I've just been staying at home. Work has got me really stressed out, etc., etc. Right? Now, she works at home. So guess what? You staying in the house. You work in the house. Work is causing you stress, among other things.
Where can you escape?
And then you stay home. So you're basically swimming in negative energy. And this is what I said, and this is what I was telling her. And I said the better thing for you to do, and she was like, I just decided to come out finally, and and I said the best thing for you to do when you're mired in some negative energy or a low point is to get around positive energy and get around positive people that will help bring you up. Because if you're staying in the environment that is causing your energy levels to be low, causing you to feel stress, causing you to feel anxiety or depression, one of the better things you can do is surround yourself with positivity. Surround yourself with those people who will uplift you, or in those environments that uplift you. I mean, she likes smoking cigars. She likes having conversation. But she, for the last few weeks, had been home alone, just bathing in negativity, you know?
Doom scroll.
And so, my message to you all is this. I know that COVID has caused a lot of us to become hermits and things like that. So find your positivity when you find yourself in those negative waters. It might be as simple as getting on a Zoom call or a StreamYard thing or something where you can be around those people that are going to make you laugh, going to make you feel good, and kind of throw you a life preserver or an energy preserver for that negativity that you're in. I mean, you have to understand that your emotions and things like that, those things manifest physically. So if you're in a negative emotional space, or if you're in a negative mental space, those things, those emotions and those mental phases that you're in, they release enzymes. They release chemicals in your body that are just going to drain you and bring you down more. So you have to get around positivity so you can release some dopamine into your system to get yourself up out of those negative places.
Come on. Come on.
You really reach out to those people that care about you, those people that are going to try to lift you up and not bring you down. Like sometimes you reach out to certain people and they heap their negativity on your negativity. You'll be talking about how you've been feeling bad, and they'll just start talking about how they've been feeling bad. So then you got negativity on top of negativity. You don't want that. You want when people say you're feeling bad, hey, you know what? Hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. You remember that time, this funny time, or that crazy time, or something that's going to bring you up. So my message to you all tonight on our final thoughts as Voice from the Underground before we transition to DOA, the podcast, is to say, find your positivity when you're mired in negativity. Okay? It just might save you.
Hey.
Timbo on the track.
Shoot your shit.
Wait. Mike Will made it.
Talk your shit, Dutch.
I'm gonna start freestyling to this.
A little bit more gutter. A little bit more.
Digging on America, digging on America, digging on America, digging on America. Down. It's time to roll.
He had it until he went to that. He had to throw some fucking banjo shit in it.
Wrong.
I'm gonna play it one more time. All right. That was too beautiful. So nobody asked me about what I thought about the last fucking 100 episodes or the 200 episodes. So I'm gonna do it in 59 seconds. But I'm not gonna rap it. But I'm going to sit in the trap. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm glad to be part of the crew. This is killing me. I'm glad that this has been a fun exercise for my production skills, my production muscles. I've been doing all this shit Yo, y'all have not understood how much I've been willing and ready to take us to that next level. So I'm glad y'all like this. It's getting better. Yo, like this is 2021 is the turn up. We about to be the fuck up out of here. Enjoy. Hey, yo.
What the
Mike
fuck is that doing?
Peace.
He was trumping.